ports. So port 1, port 2, port 3, the pins belonging to these three ports will have the same internal structure, whereas only the port 0 internal structure will be varying. Remaining three ports, 1 to 3 ports, will have the same internal structure. There won't be much difference between port 0 internal structure and the remaining port internal structure. Only one difference is there that you can observe here. See, if you see the structure of port 0, uh, resistor has to be, pull-up resistor has to be connected externally. That means end user need to connect this pull-up resistor externally. But if you see the internal structure of remaining ports 1, 2, 3, port 1, port 2, port 3, all the ports, they have internal pull-up resistor that is being connected directly to the VCC. So this symbol is nothing but the pull-up resistor. So here it is in connection with transistor and to the VCC. It is not connected aside. The reason is that it indicates that connecting it directly to the transistor, that is nothing but output driver, means to say that these ports have internal pull-up resistor and the remaining things are same. It will be having two buffers and one D flip-flop which will acting like a latch and a 2x1 mux and of course output driver. But here resistor no need to be connected externally. Port 1, port 2, port 3, these three ports will have internal pull-up resistor. And here, just see here I have represented P 1.x, 2.x, 3.x. What does this mean? This means that this is the structure common for both, common for all port 1, port 2, port 3, and here X represent the pin numbering, like port 1.0, port 1, P 1.0 means port 1 zeroth pin, P 1.1 means port 1 first pin. In a similar way, I have written 2.x. That means if P 2.0, if numbering is like P 2.0, what does that indicate? Port 2 zeroth pin. So here X value will be varying from 0 to 7, as each port contains 8 pins and every pin will be started with 0 and the last pin will be seventh pin. So that is the reason instead of mentioning 1, 0, 1, 2 up to 7, I just mentioned X, where X value will be 0 to 7. The same thing you can observe for the port 0 structure also. See here, port 0, here I have simply represented P0.x because this structure is meant only for the port 0, but whereas this particular structure is meant for port 1, port 2, port 3. That is the reason I have here mentioned in this way. So except this internal pull-up resistor, remaining everything is same for the port 1, port 2 and port 3. Anyhow, we'll quickly see how it can be configured as an input port. So how to configure port 1, port 2 and port 3 as input port? Same thing. So if you want to make any port as an input port, the input that should be given to that particular port should be 1. Whenever you are providing logic 1, that indicates that the port will be acting as an input port. So I have provided 1 here and I have enabled my clock. So the same 1 will come as an output. When Q is equals to 1, Q bar is going to be 0. So now mux will receive one input as 0 and another input is address or data. But when control signal value is 0, then those multiplexed pins will be acting like an IO pins. Here we are working out for input port and in next case we will be working out for output pin. So if you want to make use the multiplexed pins as IO pins, control signal value should be 0. When control signal value is 0, then multiplexed pins can act as an IO pins. That can be input or output. Whether it is acting as an input pin or it is acting as an output pin, that depends upon the value that you are giving to the internal bus. But to make sure that the multiplexed pins are using for input or output, the control signal value should be 0. As control signal value is 0, this value will be nothing. Here mux does not receive any value here. So this Q bar value will be transferred as an output of the mux. Okay, and here this transistor is receiving 0, as one of the input to AND gate is 0, output of AND gate is also 0. So now both the transistors, they have received zeros. That means this transistor will be turned off and this one will also be turned off. So what will happen to the intermediate connection of these two transistors? So now value at this particular point, it is neither 0 nor 1. It is neither 0 nor 1 because it is not connected to VCC, because here it is a off switch, and it is not connected to ground because here it is an off switch. So this particular point, it is neither moving to VCC and nor moving to ground. That means it is neither carrying 0 nor carrying 1. Then that particular state, when output driver, when it carries neither 0 nor 1 value, then that particular state we call it as an high impedance state. Then that particular state we call it as high impedance state. So what will happen in high impedance states? Even though it is not being connected to the VCC directly, as port 1, port 2, port 3, they have pull-up resistors. They have inbuilt pull-up resistor. So what this pull-up resistor will do, it will take this particular point, it pulls up this particular point directly to VCC. It pulls up the point. The value at this point, as of now, it is nothing, no 0 and no 1. It is in intermediate state. We call that state as high impedance state. So because of the presence of this internal pull-up resistor, value at this particular point is going to be 1. Why is it going to be 1? Because this point is going to be pulled up and it is going to be connected to VCC because of this internal pull-up resistor. So when this point is connected to VCC, VCC means it will be carrying some value. Carrying a value means digitally how can we represent that? 1. So that indicates that here 1 is appearing. Our aim is to make the port as input port. So to make the port as input port, what should appear here? Am I clear now? Guys, am I clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So our aim is to make this port as input port. To make this port as input port, what should appear here? 1 should appear here. So because of this pull-up resistor, so the point which is in high impedance state, that is going to turn to 1 because it is going to be connected to VCC through this pull-up resistor. So that is how the remaining ports can be configured as an input ports. And moving on to the next one, that is nothing but how to configure port 1, 2, 3 as output port. See here, so if you want to configure as it as an output port, here you should get 0. So how is it going to get 0? See here, to make it as an output port to the internal bus, we have to give 0 and clock signal needs to be enabled. So 0 will appear here. Q value is going to be 0. When Q is 0, Q bar is 1. So 1 will be given as one of the input to mux and another input is address or data. But we are configuring the multiplexed pins as IO pins by making control signal as 0. When control signal is 0, those pins cannot act as address or data bus. That means there will be no value. So mux will carry forward this value as an output. So now this transistor will be having a value 1 as one of the input to the AND gate is 0. Output of the AND gate is also going to be 0. So when it receives 0, this transistor will be turned off. This transistor will be turned off. As this transistor is receiving 1, it is going to turn on. When it turns on, this particular point is going to be connected to ground. So when a transistor is being connected to ground, the value, output value at that particular transistor is going to be 0. So our aim is to get a value of 0. Why should we get a value of 0 at output port? Sorry, at a port, because we want to configure those ports as output port. So in this way, port 1, port 2, port 3 can be configured as an input port and output ports. Guys, are you